Yes, action.
That was anticlimactic.
Hello, everybody who is watching this video. I am going to be your designated recording assistant man for today because Wisp is in Weverhextown.
Why, dude?
Why did I shoot an accent?
Because he's the worst. Move on.
Yes, moving on. I am the worst.
You have given him access to the camera, and he has decided to be the goofball of the situation.
Anyway,
He could talk like fourth string heavy as much as he wants to. He doesn't have to be in charge of the recording.
We're lucky he doesn't actually have a camera to mess around with.
I mean, I can't. I do have my
Can go film the turkey or something.
Nah, we don't let the turkey out anymore. He causes too much destruction.
Well, that's why you have to go film it rather than have it come to you.
That might be why Goldie's Wi-Fi has been so bad lately.
The turkey isn't fixing it.
The turkey's his router.
The turkey is not, in fact, my router. It is a funny meme, though, so I will laugh regardless. Ha! 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 Right then, on to the show. Showcase of Nations. Red, our beloved and very creative DM, would you begin by perhaps giving us a recap for those of us who weren't here last week?
We chilled out in the manor, and we are off to the next leg of the Showcase of Nations in the Skador Confederacy. You have commissioned a boat from a guy who definitely isn't running shady side jobs for extra cash. What are you talking about? Just in time for him to get jumped by a whole bunch of guys in suits for absolutely no reason. Again, he's a guy who didn't do anything wrong. Please get off of his case. There's nothing to see here. They were efficiently dealt with, and you are now on the fairly calm seas across the sea. You see, before too long, maybe a couple days journey. Obviously, you guys have the necessities you need to not die on the trip over there.
We didn't bring rations. We died. Game over.
You arrive at the skate. You arrive at Silverton Harbor. Crunch.
Also, I got to shoot a guy.
Oh yes, Norvin banged someone.
Congratulations.
Put someone on fire.
Vivian, what the fuck?
For those of you not in the know, there is a spell called Trial of Acid and Fire, or Fire and Acid, or whatever. It's basically magic napalm.
Yes, it's fun. Especially when a centipede pukes it, apparently.
Yeah, Fibbin had her centipede crawl over to someone and poke them on the toe with a little feeler, and they burst into flaming acid.
It's a normal part of the day.
Where is I in all this crazy insanity?
I do not know. He was not on the boat. I believe he was already in Skador with the Marinhoff team.
Thibbin does not have a last name, so Thibbin Warcrimer.
Rhymes.
All right.
I have done no such thing. I do not know what you're talking about.
When you think about it, I mean, there's an alarming amount of wizard spells that seem designed to cause unnecessary pain and suffering to whoever is cast upon them.
Wizards are crazy.
This is... Well, as much as I love to talk smack about my elder brother, Not entirely true.
Well, it did get rid of the problem.
It did.
You could be a little nicer about it.
So, my character's doing his job like he always does.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Right then. So yeah, Leona will disembark the boat and head down to the ask for directions to the Skador Grand Prix track or wherever it's being held. This leg of the Showcase of Nations.
We are we are immediately off there then. All right, fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Silverton. This is the capital of the Skador Confederacy. As you, I said, as you may be aware, and if you were aware, then this exposition would have absolutely zero purpose whatsoever. So, as you're not aware, the Skador Confederacy is comprised of 9 separate territories, all of which are fairly mountainous and hilly in nature, as the country has a very significant percentage of its population of the dwarven nature, and along with a few halflings. Primary exports include fuels and precious minerals, rocks, stones, gems, all that sort of fun mineral-y goodness. And as somebody blooped in the chat, Timmy goes, "Gah, dwarves."
You have problems with dwarfs, Steven?
So everybody is disembarking. Leona steps off. Hunico steps off. Norvin steps off. A barrel with 2 feet poking out of it just skitters down the ramp.
Are you alright, Steven?
Yes, yes, yes. Totally fine, yes.
You seem a bit, well, more skittish than usual.
I just,
I remember something about Slotbook and the growth getting along.
Okay.
Oh, so your people have difficulties with dwarves then, Steven?
there might be a bit of a Cold War going on.
Oh, well, I'm no stranger to that. But, I mean, as long as the war doesn't go hot, you know?
It's not hot on the surface. That I think we can say. Yes, yes.
Right, Underpire. Well, you are here as my guest and my assistant as part of the Special Diplomatic Service. So you shouldn't have to worry about like being clapped in irons and thrown in prison or anything. Besides, Skador isn't entirely dominated by dwarves. There's plenty of humans and other folk here. So it's not like it's a bunch of old graybeards running things.
A elven father who has his kid in tow and is dressed up in the colors of the Skador national team, a nice navy blue and crimson red. Walk past you a lot. The kid looks and go, "Daddy, why does that barrel have legs?"
Case in point, see elves.
Vivian's head slightly pops up out from the top. Are you 100% certain?
I am 100% certain that they will not merely clap you in irons for being. I know your nation is Chikuan, but what would your species be? Is ratfolk the correct terminology?
That is the common name used from surfers, yes. But the actual name is Sharktikian.
Shuktikian. I thought that was the name of people from. Well, I suppose both would apply because all Stratickians are rat folk, but no rat folk. You know what? Never mind. Let's move on.
Not all rat folk use the name.
Oh. Okay. Right. So they're not going to. They won't. Right. I am confident they will not clap you in irons for merely being from the Stratickian Empire.
Quick out of character. Quick out of character lore note. It would be inaccurate to call all rat folk. I apologize. What's the word again?
Sure.
It's inaccurate to call them Shirkdian.
It would be inaccurate for the same reason it'd be inaccurate to call dwarves Skadorians.
Yeah.
Lovely. Carry on.
Right.
Alright.
And Wisp, I'm going to no, at full volume. Humdy hum. Nah, it's fine.
Hum dum dum.
I trust you.
Well, thank you, Fibbin. I will do my best to prove myself worthy of that trust. Right then, let's see about if we can't get a carriage or some other mode of transportation. They might have more, well, modern means of transport here in Skador compared to Marenhof. Let's see what we can round up.
Is there at this moment Tycho comes up onto the upper deck. Is there anything else I can help you with, Miss Lady Leona?
Yes, Captain. Might you know where we can procure transport to the showcase location here in Skador?
I actually can. Do you see that lamppost over there?
I do see that lamppost.
Stand there and your problem will fix itself.
Okay.
A little. Eyebrow slightly raised. Leona will head over to the lampposts, motioning for her companions to follow her, like looking around, slightly confused. She's been to Skador once or twice, but like as part of like the royal family stuff. So like she didn't have to work out like her own transit situation.
Why not?
Do you have your voice changer on?
Don't have a first changer on this laptop.
Yeah, it's just bad connection.
West mic is a little soft, but we can work with it. We can work with it. It's not like he's unintelligible.
I'm using it. I'm not mine.
We're aware. We greatly appreciate your flexibility, sir.
I really should have brought mine actually. I could have, but I was stupid enough to think that I wouldn't need it. Not realizing that I actually have a game. Stupid.
I'm just going to share that with all of our viewers quickly, Wild.
I found a thing.
Fucking explodes. Yeah, this is how the men of Florida golf. And I went back to the game. But yeah, so I believe we're all standing under the lamppost now.
You think there's some kind of public transport of some sort?
There is. It isn't too difficult to hear after a few moments, and a couple more people decide to come by. There is a low rumbling of what seems to be moves on cobblestone, and that approaching closer and closer.
Leona will like turn her.
Leona will like turn her head and look to see like what is
making that noise? Joy.
Look around.
And with the William Tell overture playing in the background, you see a pack of two goats rumbling and rambling and running all the way all around a corner and down the street with a very large wagon in tow, and it's very whether or not one could call it safely attached to the two sheep is let's just say it's questionable. Norman has knowledge local and probably knows what is happening, but not explaining is more fun for me.
Huh. Never mind what I said about them having more advanced local transport methods. Goats. Huh.
Are these large goats?
Hi.
They are not they're not goats as much as they are
What's
rams,
up, baby?
like sheep, and they are relatively
Baby?
big sheep. And yes, I'm aware the plural of sheep is sheep, but sheeps is more fun.
That's
Rams.
Wait, it's a plural for sheep?
Why rams?
Hold up, guys. I gotta go check on someone.
Hi, we'll pause for you. Wait. Oh, that's Ide's not here.
It's not
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry.
Oh.
no, we'll pause for you. You already said it. We have to do it.
Damn it! Curse you, me! But like, so Leona will like kind of blink at the sight in front of her. These like rams pulling this like surely safely attached cart.
At least it's covered, and there seems to be there seems to be plenty of room. A relatively decent a relatively dapper dwarf driver tips his hat and says, "What ho! We're off to the track, are we?"
Leona will collect herself, nod, and be like,
Yes, my good dwarf. I presume you're this is a, sort of carriage situation? You'll have to forgive me, I'm a bit of a stranger to these lands.
It is, as you say, a carriage situation. If that's if that's one way to put it. Go ahead, hop right in. We'll be at the circuit before you can say Bob's your uncle.
Thank you, sir.
Who's uncle?
and with that, Leona will climb into the carriage, turning to him and saying,
It's a metaphor, an idiom, or grammar classes.
I know idioms.
Anyway, after seating
Boots in the
herself,
sand.
seating herself within this dwarven carriage. Like just look around. Like, just kind of compare the Skadorian carriage service to the kind she's used to in Marinath. It's probably not as fancy as like the royal carriages and stuff she's used to, but it's probably decent.
Absolutely not in any sense of the word. If anything, the seating is a little more compact than what she's used to.
Right. Well, she'll just have to squeeze her ass in. How tall did I? I never actually rolled her height.
You do. Her height probably does not factor into this.
Right, that's fair.
I knew exactly where this was going.
I don't think you're going to roll for the Celsius really.
Well, dwarves are short. Dwarven driver. I thought maybe she might bonk her head, but no. Okay, good to see the people of Skador consider non-dwarves. Anyway,
everything is small sized.
And the moment she starts pondering that, she hits her head on the lamp on the ceiling.
Blasted Jeffrey. Hells.
Watch head.
Thank you, Theban. Ow.
Yes. Even if the warning's late, it's always helpful. She says that she proceeds to start climbing into the carriage with a question mark.
Well, it shouldn't be too cramped for you, I suppose.
There are a few seats scattered here and there, as well as a couple very smoothly sanded wooden posts and a few leather straps dangling from the ceiling.
I shall say
She goes over the wooden post.
It is a post.
Oh, I think I've seen something similar on the public service carriages we have in Marinhof. So if the carriage becomes overcrowded, people can still travel in it by standing and holding one of those straps to keep themselves from being jumbled around like candies in a what was I going for with that? Whatever. You know what I mean. Just jumbled around like
sardines in a thin can.
Perfect. Thank you, Simon.
A thin can.
That works. Yes. Thank you.
Or, as another one I know, as a 50-man group Shortekian stuck in a transportation vehicle down in the subterraneans. Stuck during a hijacking.
That seems oddly specific.
They have fin robbers down there, do they? That sounds fun.
Yeah, they have subterranean transportation.
They do.
No transportation. Not allowed.
Right then,
Just don't go anywhere.
Leona will look to make sure everyone is seated before, announcing to the driver, "We're all good." Assuming Norvin's getting a seat and not just standing menacingly.
Yeah. That seems unsafe somehow.
I got the little straps for you.
All right then, we don't off to the Grand Saturday Circuit down Hangano. We'll get a bucket of den.
Was that?
Those were shouts.
And before you have a chance to ponder that, there is a snap. There's a whole bunch of buzz, and the thing accelerates at amazing speeds.
Yay!
Hence, unsafe.
It's just a little faster than carriages I'm used to.
This is something that I am familiar with.
I have to imagine literally everybody besides them is just losing their minds at the moment.
Leona is
Trying to
kind of
keep my
like
calm.
clutching the sides of her seat, trying to hold on for dear life as she's freaking. Is the road very bumpy?
You can definitely feel the cobblestones, and you're pretty sure the carriage is only riding on two wheels at any given point when it hits a turn. And Hinako has become so foxy. There is now another fox in the wagon for some reason.
I'm sure the Master Dwarf knows what he's doing.
We've not crashed yet.
You're acting awfully calm, Norvin.
It's fine.
The carriage is on fire, and Nor's just sipping a coffee.
Yeah.
Well, Norvin is a paladin. Paladins are immune to fear.
Do I have that yet?
You tell me.
Now, if I recall, the only
I'm
thing...
immune to disease, but not fear.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
When
But
did
I
it-
did know it was coming.
So the ride itself takes about 5 minutes in total. Leona, to you, it feels like it takes 5 months. Hinako probably thinks it takes 5 years. But eventually, and God knows eventually doesn't come around eventually enough. The carriage skids to a halt with everybody thoroughly jostled inside, and the driver just opens up a hatch on the front and says, "We're arrived."
Leona staggers out of the wagon, steadying herself against the side as she wobbles a bit.
No need for tips. I am a courtesy driver. I do this for fun. Please call upon me again.
Thank you,
I think
sir.
we need to keep it calm next time or something.
Thank you, Master Dwarf. We'll keep that in mind. Ugh.
Leona will stagger away from the wagon, trying to steady herself on whatever seems most sturdy at the moment.
There is
So
a
that lamp goes into
there seems to be a few stacks of tires outside.
Those'll do.
How about that wall? Is there a wall? There's probably a wall somewhere.
Sure, there's a wall. You may
I
have.
love how Norvin and Thiven are just not that worried. Like Norvin expected
Yeah, it's
this,
fine.
and Thiven's like, "Oh yeah, this is just like Chicken under fire transport." And Hinako and Leona are like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?"
Hinako, you may have a wall.
The only thing to be worried about is that if the ride suddenly becomes very smooth while at that same speed. In that case, worrying is real.
We're probably in the air at that point, right? Interestingly enough, dwarves are hardy and stable as racial features, so they don't care either.
In our case, there's enough bodies between you and the rock wall.
The what?
We're not in the air for very long down underground. There's usually many rocks between you, the train, and then the bodies next to you.
The trains go through the rocks, you say?
Not quite. That's inaccurate. Make caves. Yes. Make caves.
Tunnels,
Be safe
right.
enough, supposedly. She says with air quotes. For the trains we use to go through.
Oh, God.
And when it's busy, there's many people on trains. Easily fit many people, but if there is too many, you can suffocate.
Suffocate?
I think the term is pack rat, but I don't know if that is accurate.
Right. Let's go in. Now, I think I'm good.
Leona collects herself. Just tries
Could
to
be worse.
straighten her dress a bit.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably safer up on the surface than it is on the ground. With these dwarves.
Right.
Probably don't even know about the Cold War.
Right then. Let's see if we can't head in. Find the Baronhof team, see how they're doing. Maybe say hi to the folks. See how it's doing.
And with that, Leona will, still a little bit shakily, head into the Showcase of Nations track here on Skador.
Going to remember if we still feeling good and put inside, let's just lose. You know about the links of that kind. Do they help against getting nauseous?
Say that again? I didn't quite catch that.
So again, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I didn't catch what you said before that.
Inako's asking Leona, you know about alcohol drinks and of kinds. Do they help against being nauseous?
Oh,
I think it would make
yes.
it worse.
There's a number of
I'm fairly certain Northern could whip up some manner of alchemical remedy, calm the stomach. I'll ask him if he can make up something for you. And probably myself too, honestly.
I'm pretty sure you said the wrong name.
I'm sorry, Northern. I feel like my brains have been shaken around baby's rattle.
My fur's all rattled.
That might be accurate.
Right, so still wobbly, Leona will make her way into the paddock, I think is the word, looking for the Marinoff team.
You are after you provide some identification to the armed guards outside and introduce your party and
We
yourself.
know.
We know. I was gonna say it too.
You're able to enter the paddock without too much trouble. It is a very, very sunny day, and the track itself is a very, very hilly piece of work indeed. And you can see a few teams out and walking it about. It's not a day for racing. If anything, everyone is just settling in and getting ready for press day tomorrow. But they're out walking the track. They're seeing what all is new with it, and of course, inside the paddock there was a whole bunch of bustling activity. You walk past the Ridian garage, the Skador garage, etc., and about 4 or 5 down, you arrive in the Marinhalf section of the paddock.
Leona will, having recovered a bit now from her rattling, Leona will head up to the paddock and greet the staff there.
Hello, gentlemen. How are things? How far in Skador?
Pendleton?
Everybody says hi, and everyone seems to be in relatively high spirits. As Marinhalf did, in fact, get on the podium in their maiden home race.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, other than being rattled around like a bead in a baby's rattle, Leona's in a pretty good mood herself. Like, yeah, they won. Third place is, I mean, it's still third place, but I mean, it could be better. But I mean, hey, is it better?
Marinhalf is a midfield team. If they are scoring points at all, it's been a good day.
Yeah. Like, we'll look around to see where Ide is and what he might be up to.
I am, and I am going to try and improvise because Ide is still muted and presumably not here. So I need to figure out a way to take your mind off of that.
All right, fair enough. Hold up, I gotta share that with the chat. All right.
Yes, the chat.
Whatever, the viewers. I watch too many streamers and I'm used to them saying the chat when they're talking about their audience. Bonk. That image is just so funny. Hat indeed. Alright.
Hat. The need for TFT.
Nico looking a bit paler than normal. She's like transparent now.
She's like is voided. Yeah,
Are you all right?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
It's all right, Hinako. The tender mercies of the Skadorian carriage service are
Think out loud next time.
I've heard you get used to it.
I've heard.
If I'd known, like, we'll see about chartering something. Either we'll charter something a little more sedate, or we'll just look. Norvin, I did want to ask though, you seem familiar with Skador. Are you from here, perhaps?
I learned a lot about different countries' local traditions. So,
Right. I mean, most of my training is in relation to the diplomatic and procedures of the upper crust of society for each nation. So,
apparently I also have knowledge nobility, so I also know that. Why do I have knowledge nobility?
Why do you have knowledge nobility?
I love it. Like Norman's like, yeah, I know that too. Why the fuck do I know that too?
Why did I give myself knowledge nobility?
Presumably, Leona, you know Norvin has knowledge nobility because you looked at his resume.
Oh, let's see what. I mean, Leona technically has a rank in knowledge local too, as well as a feature which lets her use her charisma for her intelligence.
Why?
Because oracles and spirits. I believe it's the bonded spirit. Yes.
I just have 5 ranks in local and nobility.
Yeah, the benefit of wisdom hacks. But because of how that interacts with...
And 1 rank in religion, apparently. Why do I have nobility?
Like, the religion makes sense.
It's 1 rank in religion.
Yes.
It's logical for some with strength because it's about golf.
I think I might have heard, like, oh, we're going to be in towns, and we're going to be in, like, different politics, and there's going to be nobility, and I'm like, I need the knowledge skills for those.
We're going to be doing different politics.
We're going to be doing... Alright, so...
Yes, apparently part of my job is knowing things about the areas I find myself in, because that's a thing.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. A good part of your job.
I guess we're just waiting for Ida at this point.
Yeah.
I got something. Assuming everybody's done with their waffle.
Right.
Yeah.
I've shared the hat with the viewers.
Hat.
Hot.
I don't know how to ever do that.
Leona takes another look around the garage, and the Marin half team principal, who she knows really well, Robbie Espargaro, approaches her. Lady Leona, good to see you with us.
Good to be here, Robbie. How have things been for the team? I hope the trip over wasn't too rough or anything.
Oh no! Everything was fine. But it helps to charter some smooth transportation up the mountain, if you get my meaning.
I definitely do.
As for whether or not everything is okay, he lowers his voice and says, that might be a better discussion for my office. Please come up.
All right, let's take this to your office then.
No, news is not good news.
Leona will gesture to her companions to follow her, and follow Robbie to his office.
Come in. Come in. Have a seat. I'm trying not to cause too big of a panic, though knowing how big of a deal the showcase is to a lot of people. I'm pretty sure it'll be in the news sooner or later.
This is related to the incident in Marinhof, or?
Oh no! That has been well and truly wrapped up, and you have no idea how much that was helpful. You and your companions were a massive, massive boon.
I mean,
Um,
as a member of my royal family, making sure that
Still question,
our nation's interests run smoothly is kind of my job. But thank you regardless. It's always a pleasure to be able to.
So, what is this new gaff?
Robbie has a seat on his desk. This race might not actually fire.
Why not? Whatever come at it.
Long story short, the racing committee is really been having the screws tightened as far as their funding is concerned. The race organizer in particular, the funding for this event is, let's say, on shaky ground.
Is Skador having economic troubles?
I wouldn't say economic troubles, but Silverton, the city itself, is a very large sponsor of this particular leg of the event, and they are pondering pulling their funding. And if that happens, the stewards might decide to shut down this entire leg.
I see. That wouldn't be excellent. We'd just skip to the next leg, wouldn't we? How would that even work?
It would make sense in a limited publicity.
So the city, would it be the mayor or the city council, or whom? Why are they considering cutting the funding?
That's honestly a better question. That's honestly a better question for them. I couldn't tell you, but I will know that a lot of the people on the race organization committee do also happen to reside on the city council. Actually, I have the contact information for one of them right here. Let's see here. And he shovels through a few papers on his desk. I had a couple messages from. Here we go. Darren Rainey. Mr. Rainey's been one of the major players in running this event ever since the first race here started about a dozen years ago. He actually managed to pull the funds together and get the first Grand Prix here started when he was actually mayor. He's a city treasurer now.
I see.
And you said this is related to their rest stations?
Well, the city of Silverton, you said, they're looking at cutting their funding. Obviously, the person to speak to about such financial matters would be Mr. Rainey, who is the city treasurer and a former mayor. Any idea what his itinerary might be?
This.
Nothing comes immediately to mind. He might be here tomorrow for when the press conference is hit. But I imagine if you want to talk with him expressly, and I imagine you have the means to do so, you would probably be back down. You'd probably be back in downtown Silverton City Hall, probably.
Right. Does he have any? Does he personally have any business with Marinhof? I presume we're near enough to Skador that we do engage in trade with the nation. I'm sorry. This is probably not something you know. You're focused on the race. I'll do my own digging and see what I can find.
I wouldn't be surprised if your dad knew him.
Yes. My kingdom for a message spell.
Not to make any assumptions apparent, but this smells either of scandal or of internal affairs.
It's possible there could be some financial issue tied up in things or something. I just want to try and get to the bottom of why the city council believes that the funding for the showcase can't be procured. Such an event brings a significant economic boon to whatever region it's in. It's certainly. I don't have the exact numbers, but from what I understand, it's been a great boon to Port Missoula, the showcase we hosted. So I'm not sure why.
I have returned.
Returned, yes. Which maybe it doesn't have to do with the money issues, but rather something else. But assumptions now do not help later.
Of course. Right, I'll look into the itinerary of Mr. Rainey, as well as the city council members. I'll put my nose to the grindstone, see if I can't hear about any events he might be hosting or attending, see if I can't procure an invitation to such an event myself.
Putting your nose on grindstone probably hurts.
But yes, thank you, Robbie. I'll look into this.
If you get, I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to figure out some more details as well. So, if you really feel the need to start digging in on this, then I will. Then I'll set you however I can.
May I ask, what hotel are you and the rest of the team staying at? It would be probably more convenient for me to rent a room or two at the same location, just to make correspondence easier.
I believe that could be arranged. Robbie writes down an address on a slip of paper and hands it to Leona. We are staying at that address.
Thank you, Robbie. I'll speak with you later. And
Leona will nod politely to Robbie and head out.
Hinako is waiting very politely outside the door. One of her little foxy ears perked up.
Twitches, or is that like a bit of an angle? Is that what the words are?
I imagine she was just listening in.
Okay, like I get you. Yeah, but you don't.
Hinako, if you wanted to come in, it would have been fine. I'm fine with you listening in.
I'm just performing my duties.
Fair enough. It's reassuring knowing I have both you and Northern watching my back.
As much as you don't have duties, I never really got a proper do and don'ts in my job.
Right.
No, the job really is. Honestly.
Well, let's see if we can't find Ide and ask him about those remedies in case we have to use the public transport again. He might have a
There's
few
a
thoughts on this matter as well.
And almost the moment you say that, there's an explosion, a yell, and then a river of swear words.
And
Speak of the
That
devil.
sounds like we found.
Leona will make her way down to the scene of the blast.
Okay, it's not my fault. I may have added just a little bit to. Wait a minute. Who put this in my? I'm going to hurt you, all of you. All of you are getting a whooping. Every last one of you. Who decided to put this in my? This is not. This is highly combustible. Who? Oh,
I. Loud as
he
ever.
does not. He doesn't speak at all. He's too agitated. He just blinks, looks at who it is, and then completely swears under his breath every swear word he knows in the next 5 seconds, and then he just turns back to his work and then coughs a little bit because of the fumes.
There are two dwarven guards very angrily staring at him, trying to figure out an explanation. And then the moment he decides to get colorful with his language, with the varying intensities and rapidness that allows, the dwarves just stare at him.
At ease, gentlemen. He's
and then
he's
a couple seconds later, they just start clapping.
Leona
will politely join in the applause as well. And
I's face at that moment is that of a stare of complete and utter disappointment with the copycat one.
Pinnacle face bombing.
I will give you credit where it's due. That was very impressive. But we still need to.
What, the explosion or the swear words?
Both, probably.
Both of them.
at ease, gentle dwarves. He's part of the Marinhalf. He's part of the Marinhalf racing team.
Who put gunpowder in the thing? Who was it? I need to know. Names.
Crimes.
I'd relax. We'll sort that out. Leona.
Does this always happen with him? I can't imagine the cars going bang on purpose is particularly healthy.
Don't worry,
they actually do go bang on purpose to go in a certain way, but not that big of a bang.
We've engineered several safeguards into the Marinhalf cars that prevent damage due to unexpected combustion. It's little more than a particularly impressive backfire. Nothing to worry about.
Needs more fire. And what are you guys doing here?
You finally noticed.
Well, we came here.
I noticed.
Has Leona convinced the guards that, everything is fine? There's nothing to worry about. This is routine. It's a little loud, but that's all.
Just a routine explosion.
Diplomacy, if you please.
Of course.
Diplomacy.
Yeah, I only rolled a 6.
I only rolled a 6.
Look,
all right. We'll leave you alone. But could you at least do us a favor and make it quieter next time?
We'll see what we can do. We'll see about if we can close the garage, perhaps prevent a bit of noise pollution. Sorry to bother you. Have a pleasant day.
We'll try. Oh, and in case we do decide to write a report, can we get your name?
Leona Antos Moren.
No, we know. Never mind.
Alright, Leona will turn back.
Right then. Now that the gods have been mollified, we are here. We came here initially to, well, see the race.
No, so you didn't come here to join the Lollipop Guild. Gotcha.
No, I'm already a card-carrying member.
That's more depressing than you should make it out as, but okay.
Either way, we came here initially to just view the race, cheer on the team, and, have a good time.
Basically, what you're doing is you're going to have fun while I'm working. Cool.
And cheer you on, of course. Offer you support, but
and probably buy your boots.
I spoke with Robbie, and turns out there might not be a race, apparently.
Okay, so who do I stab?
I prefer you not to stab him, but
no.
We don't know why exactly, but I do know who to ask why. Devin Rainey, the city treasurer, a former mayor of this city.
Silverton, was it right?
Careful giving out names, he might actually start with that.
Right, Brad? Silverton?
Yep.
But former mayor of Silverton, present city treasurer, sitting member of the city council. Apparently, the present mayor, not Mr. Rainey, and the city council have debating if hosting the showcase here will be worth to them. I don't entirely sure I understand what their reasoning is, but I believe that if there is anyone to talk to about the city's finances, it would be Mr. Rainey. I'm going to be putting my nose to the grindstone, I assure you, figuring out why the showcase is being called off. It's in my best interest and that of Marinhoff to have the showcase go on.
Again,
okay.
To heard.
So that sounds totally and utterly fascinating. I'm interested in when you put your nose quite literally to the grind as I see your bits and pieces fly into the sky in a most beautiful confetti. But in all honesty, if they don't want to do it, as long as they're not causing a war, does it really matter?
No, not especially. I mean, it's in the grand scale of things, Skador not hosting the showcase is odd, but fine, I guess. But
I mean, I just want to put this out there. If there is a financial decree, then it's not. If it's not a financial problem, it may be loss of interest. Not everybody's interested in this.
That's true, absolutely. But
And Leona will lower her voice.
Between you and me, as someone who understands the...
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Thibin, could you buzz off?
What?
For those who don't get the joke, Leona said between you and me, as she's standing literally between Leona. Don't worry about that. Whatever. Don't worry about that. Devin, don't worry about it. Whatever they have to say, I'm certain it'll go over your head.
Double pun.
All right, then. You're aware of the problem with our neighbors nationwide. A certain...
Fuck, I forgot the name of the country. Aldenward or something like that? The nation where Ide is from originally.
Yeah,
But you none of you.
Iverwood.
But none of you know.
I
None of you
remember.
know this.
I remember. I said it 6 times just now.
Iverwood. You're aware of the problem presented by Iverwood, yes?
No, I'm completely oblivious to that nation in particular. Whatever goes on there, I do not give a shit about. Say its name one more time, and I'm going to kick you in whatever nadge you might possibly have in between your legs.
What?
I mean, what?
And hearing that, Thibin moves out between the two.
Leona raises an eye.
About that. Simply put, there is the potential risk of a war between Merenhof and Iverwood. See, if...
That doesn't surprise me.
No, it really shouldn't. It's been looming on the horizon for a bit. One of the reasons why my father is desperately trying to modernize Merenhof to the point where we can put up an effective resistance, because as it stands, we've lagged behind them technologically and militarily.
Well, they never rest. They don't stop. They keep going. And if they stop going, they're dead. And if they're not dead, they're robotized. I mean, what?
My point is, the main reason why we haven't already been blasted into oblivion by them is because of the showcase. That's the purpose. It means that any war that does happen has to be a very, very short one. Otherwise, you're barred from the showcase and all sorts of matters get complicated by that.
Well, by that terminology, they can make it a very short war.
Exactly. As it is, I'm trying to buy as much time for Merenhof as I can. And maybe a week won't matter in the long run. But I don't know that for sure.
Why do I keep hearing knocking?
That is me tapping on my touchpad, sorry.
I was about to say, I assume that's because there's knocking, but better answer.
So, Princess, I've got a question for you, because it seems to be on the tip of my mind. So, are you trying to get your country to get closer to the advancements of Iverward, correct?
That is correct. The showcase is one of the whole project you see before you in this garage is an example of that. We've been trying to modernize more tractors, more industry, more machine.
But let me ask you something. Have you noticed that Iverward really doesn't care about winning this race?
No, but they participate in it. And as they
they participate, but the fact that they show little interest in actually winning means they're putting their technologies elsewhere while you're putting your technology towards the cars.
Leona, you have participated in enough. You have been involved with the Merenhof team long enough to know that Iverward has been a backmarker for like the past 3 or 4 years now.
I'm aware. But Iverward, in their bluntness, doesn't quite realize the applications. You got to understand that our first automobile production facility here in Merenhof was adapted from a tractor yard. The technology is applicable in both ways. If we build a better engine, we can build better tractors. We can build better tractors, maybe we can find a use for them in conflict. I don't know, I've heard talk of artillery pieces being towed about by tractors or something. That seems like it could be very useful against a nation with literal metal men as soldiers.
Well, I just want you to know. Go on, Sibin. You can talk.
It is that the talk of those artillery
you
reminds
would.
me, Thibin, of our subterranean transportation system.
Right, your. What did you call it? A rail or something?
A rail system. Yes, that's part of it, but it's also. I,
Obviously,
Thibin, have not really gone into research of the technology itself since I was not going for that in the first place, but from my understanding is that we perhaps have that type of technology that you are shaking for. Perhaps not exact, but similar.
Never heard of a train.
Yes, that's what they are, actually, but they're called subtrains.
Yeah, they're called subway trains. Yes.
Right. My point is, if we learn to build better engines, we learn, say, to make more combustive compounds, there are military applications for this.
Yes, for transport. However, there is the whole point of them learning your routes because one of them is always watching you. FYI.
I'm aware. I'm not privy to the
You'll
details of
never know.
I'm not privy to the details of Marinhalf's spy network, but I am assured that such a network exists.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Every country has some kind of spy network to keep an eye on the other countries, even if there's no hostilities. It's better to know just in case something terrible happens. But the number of spies that you have equal plus versus the number of spies they have is insurmountable.
I am aware of this.
If I may make a suggestion before you continue on with this conversation sentence, you could just hire some of my people. If you can get in contact with them, of course. Do you have phone lines?
I'm not familiar with the term.
Okay, maybe not then. Think of that engine over there. You see it with its tubes, yes?
I do.
Think of flexible, thin tubes brought and lined across long distances. You then have these devices on one end and on the other. One person picks up said device. They can talk to the other person on other end of device.
So you mean when people get the two cups and put the string in between them?
Yes, like that, but it's far longer.
Wow. Sounds like you guys really made an advancement in technologies.
It's actually very advanced because it uses technology similar for other systems. Thank you very much for paying attention to that fact.
Sounds to me like you just created something that's completely useless. I don't think anybody will ever use whatever you created just now.
I mean, if you can't cast message or sending, I could definitely see the use for it for, like, everyday folk.
I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of people know how to do things without what you just created there. I mean, come on, man. Woman thing.
Come on, man.
Either way, the point is...
Fine, not hire our greatest engineers and scientists and learning other... Where the fuck they do? I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that during college.
Depending on how...
everybody's jaw drops because Thibin just swear properly.
Hey, Thibin. And you say that they're just going to help Marinhalf because they feel like it. If we just go out there and ask politely.
I didn't say they will willingly help. I said hire. There's a difference. There's a difference between volunteer and then hiring.
And if we hire the Stratekoan Empire, then perhaps say, oh, say our opposition decides to, say, hire some dwarves. And then your empire gets, and so on until the entire world is shooting at each other.
I didn't think of that. Well, it wouldn't exactly be guns firing at that point.
And the point is, Marinhoff needs to stand on its own feet if we're going to
I
survive.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. That sounds like a dumb decision, too.
At the very least, we need to be able to, if not defeat. I'm not so foolish as to think that Marinhoff could defeat Alden Ward. We just are attempting to hold the line. The plan is, the goal is, can we get our force point so we can hold them off long enough for the next showcase season?
Well, how about I just give you a simple word of advice that I've learned through my alchemy. Objects and items from different areas tend to make an object more refined or stronger. Usually getting it from the area does make the siphoning easier, and fresh ingredients tend to be better. But some things that I create need something from other places to make it stronger, much more valuable, and much more potent. If you're just thinking that Marinhoff can do it by itself, you're already dead.
I'm not
But
saying...
But if you can get other people, maybe not necessarily the entire group of scientists and other engineers and whatnot, staring at Thibin, but
I didn't say all, I said hire some. There is some, then there is many. There is a difference. Don't you know this?
And what's a budget? Do you know a budget? Do you know what a budget is?
I don't think she has a budget limit.
I am sure she does.
The Marinhoff is not a fabulously wealthy country. We have...
You have a lot of people.
Excuse me, what?
Oh, wait, you guys don't practice that. Never mind.
Good God.
Ignore sentence statement.
Very well. I understand what you're saying, and I don't believe that Marinhoff can entirely be self-sufficient. That would be foolish. But I do believe that we can avoid hiring mercenaries from other nations and getting them militarily involved.
That's her idea, to hire people. No, get people genuinely wanting to help you. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but Ivor Ward is a threat to not just you guys. They like progress. They like progress, and sometimes progress leads to pissing people the fuck off. So, I'm thinking, not just you would be wanting to help get rid of Ivor Ward, but several other nations freely, of their own free will, with complete and utter honesty, want them to go down too.
I'm aware. There is some potential talks with a few neighboring, small neighboring states around Ivor Ward who are in danger of being gobbled up.
Hell, if you get some Ifrits, then shit.
The thing is, we have a very defensible border with them. We've got a mountain range in the way. And that won't stop them, obviously. But it makes their efforts to get to us a lot harder and easier to defend.
Well, they like that mountain.
If we engage in a mutual defense pact with a nation with a weaker border, then we have to commit our forces to assist them, weakening ourselves.
Ever heard of refugees?
Absolutely, we accept refugees from. We've accepted refugees from invaded nations in the past.
I'm saying that rather than trying to fight our reward, get the people away from Ivorward and get their intel on Ivorward. Since they're surrounding it, of course they'd be able to get more information than just random hoedown guy standing on the side of a cliff whistling tunes.
Isn't that what we did with you?
I mean, you don't know where I'm from.
Yes, she does.
No, not at all.
You don't know who I am.
Yeah, she does.
No, she doesn't.
I know that you're some kind of cocktail.
The point is, time is valuable. If we can buy an extra week, that can allow us more time to make alliances, make deals, support other nations, have them support us. Just buy us more time. An extra week could make the difference.
Okay, I'll just do my job now. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
You
just
need to prefer other things.
Why do I feel like you always end up finding some kind of reason to do an investigation? What are you? Some kind of detective agency?
I'm
Like we are.
part of the Special Diplomatic Service. Looking into
Uh,
So
stuff
you're
is
She is also the team owner's daughter.
that too.
and when has that made I any bit like, oh, I need to treat her with special privilege today?
That's actually one of the reasons Leona actually enjoys talking to I. He treats her like a normal person.
He's like, I'm not gonna stutter.
No, wait. He does.
He treats everyone like this.
He must be a blast at parties.
Yeah, real blast. Yeah, get those fish and chips.
All right. Thanks, Mom.
Hey, food.
All right. I'll take care of that. Are you guys
So, what happened to you guys? What took you guys so long to get here?
We took a boat and
Watch on Yaska.
First mod.
You guys are just like magnets for trouble, aren't you?
Of
Sometimes
course.
it really does feel like that.
Maybe you should check your purse and see if you don't have a magnet somewhere. Maybe it's the trouble magnet.
Looks at my sword. I don't know.
Either way,
It might be. It might be the. Okay. Hey, where did you get your clothes? The toilet store?
I'm going to be looking into this Darren Rainey character or any other city council members, seeing if I can meet with them, talk with them, figure out why they're not too keen on the showcase, see if there's something I can do to change that. I appreciate your insight and intellect, and would appreciate you coming along with us.
Would you like a cookie?
Yes, you just like your cookies, don't you?
I'm not going to say no.
Okay, I'll make you a cookie. Is that okay? Like any preferences for your cookie?
Wait, you're a baker now? I thought you were an alchemist.
Alchemists can bake. They can craft it.
In all
May not
honesty,
be normal.
I did want to ask about a cure for motion sickness on account of the. Well, I'm sure you experienced the transport here.
So what you're asking me is, do I know how to make motion sickness remover? Essentially, like some kind of pill.
Pill, tonic, whatever.
What am I, a pharmacist?
You're an alchemist.
Yeah.
This is
What am
similar,
I, a pharmacist?
Aren't they similar?
Yeah. He quite easily makes this thing.
I believe there is actually
Yeah.
I believe there is actually an item for it.
There is something, but right now I'm on my phone and I can't look up on the internet properly.
I'll look it
I can
up.
only be on the Roll20. If I move, it will cut me off, and I'll have to go through a lot of work to get back here.
I get you. Let's just look up the alchemical remedies. We actually have like 2 options. We have Fortifying Brew, which costs 20 gold and gives you a +2 morale bonus on saving throws. Oh, that's fear. Never mind.
I mean, there's also the option of asking the DM, "Okay, can I make this?" And then I make it. They give me a DC to pass, and then I pass it. That's also the option in this game.
You're just it's a cookie. You know how to make a cookie.
Well, I'm trying to make the motion sickness thing.
Antiemetic snuff.
Okay, and what's the DC that I need to pass in order to craft it?
25.
Yeah,
Well, then I got 30. How long does it take? Because I know some of them say they take a while. So,
I believe the crafting result is based on the gold cost, which is 50.
Not really. It's based on but gold cost is probably close enough anyway.
It is not.
So
it does not take long.
Okay. It is made in the proper time in which it is needed to be made, and then he hands it. And then he makes the cookie. Time to roll for that one.
How good of a cookie?
The cookie required him to think more, which made him be less good at it. But still, he made the cookie. This cookie is made of chocolate and something else.
Leona will eat the chocolate.
You probably should do a Constitution saving.
It was chocolate covered raisins.
Okay,
No, it's chocolate covered.
How dare you?
No, he wanted to test something else. She's chocolate covered Ifrit's blood.
Roll a 19. It's a 22.
I was gonna say chocolate covered squid.
So
it burns a little. It burns a little, but you're fine.
A little spicy. You trying to make spicy chocolate?
But what you see, when I was cutting it, something happened, and my bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chipotle chip.
Chipotle chip.
Anyone else hungry for some cookies?
Critical still questions anything you make.
Please do not poison her.
I didn't poison her. Does she look poisoned to you?
Thibin's just in the background looking around in the garage now instead. Only half paying attention.
Hey, Thibin, want a sandwich?
Ah! What?
A sandwich. Do you want a sandwich?
No, I don't need to see any sandwiches.
No, sandwich. You know, the thing with the bread, the meat, the other bread.
The other bread.
The other bread.
The Surfers has bread?
It first has bread, then it has something else, and then it's bread. Sandwich.
So you're like an alchemist and a baker and a cook?
It doesn't have alcohol in it, does it?
Not this time. but good idea. Because bread absorbs alcohol.
I will have to decline.
Okay. Well, you're no fun. Hey, you with the ears and the tail and the I can't remember your name because it's not of a language I know. He's looking at Hinako. He has no idea how to say her name.
Hinako poops.
She changes
Okay.
to full human form.
Okay, full human person.
I don't know who this Hinako person is. I'm just a person.
Who man?
Her name is
Hinako.
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like I really just don't call you guys by names on a normal basis. Hey, paladin guy.
No.
You hungry?
Not particularly.
Do you need anything to make your armor more shiny to blind the enemies?
Is that a thing?
Yes, it's a thing. It's called polish.
No, it's a blind the enemies part, not the more shiny part.
I mean, if it's in the sun and you move your armor just right, I mean, yeah.
It seems like there would be better things to do that would be less difficult.
Polish does not take that much time.
But reflecting the sun just right so that it gets into the enemy's eyes seems harder than shooting them.
I mean, that's up to you, but, you run out of bullets at some point, right?
No.
I think he actually has a spell that's like infinite ammo.
Please tell me you run out of bullets.
I have enough.
That is more concerning than it is anything else.
I have enough
Why
bullets.
Why in this case do you wear armor that looks like it belongs in an antique shop, and then you have a gun that looks like it belongs in a very modern army store?
It's a uniform.
You're a confusing soul, aren't you?
Eh.
He confuses himself.
You are?
Do you ever like consider maybe not looking like a guard would make it easier for you to be a guard? Because if they're looking directly for the guard, they would know how to avoid said guard. You wearing guard armor and everything kind of points you out in the crowd. Oh, hey, he's the guard.
Is that really supposed to be a concern?
I mean,
Yes.
You could make the argument that him looking like a god discourages people from attacking me because, she's clearly got a guard with her.
Yes, but then there's also people that are like, oh, all I gotta do is avoid the man with the giant shiny armor and then kill her in her sleep.
Does Hinoko look
by
like
going
a
through the
guard?
window. Hinoko looks like she used to be a prostitute in a past life.
And
Right.
I'm now a halfling.
Hence, not a guard, but in their effort to avoid me, they ignore anyone else who happens to be nearby. Hinoko, you, Bibin.
But I'm probably the less lethal out of all of you.
Besides, I can always just, not look like a noble woman.
Yes, but you always talk like one.
I Have you ever seen me try to pretend to not be a noble?
I don't think you can.
I will prove you wrong. Give me a few moments, actually. I will prove you wrong. Hold on, let me look at the disguise still.
To see how long this takes. When do you give me 10, 20 minutes?
What?
Leona will step aside for a moment, and I am going to roll disguise. What do you get? Out of character question, what do you guys think Leona should disguise herself as? Oh, and I know the perfect thing to disguise yourself as.
Disguise takes a while.
Yeah, it takes like 10 minutes to half an hour.
I was gonna say a common human commoner.
Yeah, Leona will step
A common commoner.
a common commoner. Alright.
Plain faced.
Yep. And time it takes half an hour. In half an hour, let's see. I don't take the penalty for disguising as human. So really just minor details only.
Well, except for one minor detail.
What?
You can't disguise the chest.
Well, she's not disguising.
Dude, stay out of my mind. I was totally gonna comment on that.
Yeah.
Just nobody wanted to say it.
Alright, fine. Alright, so about half an hour later, a plainly dressed, very human-looking woman. Like she just looks like maybe an average farm girl looking lady emerges and says,
So how about now?
Yeah, still. I watched you as you put on the disguise.
Well, I mean, that's kind of cheap now, ain't it?
Yeah, but you see, I don't know if you know this or not, but speaking with that particular draw does not necessarily. It's kind of offensive, actually.
People in Marinov talk.
I have never heard a single person the entire time I've been in Marinov make that noise.
You've only lived in the cities. Well, the city, technically. We only got one. But out in the countryside, people talk a little different. It's the native accent.
You see what I did there? You see, I got you to explain things like unlike a country person would. Your disguise is already broken. Congratulations, you lost.
How would you explain it then, mister?
I wouldn't explain it. I would say, this is just how I talk, and be done with it. Why would you go into detail? Why would any country bumpkin in any form or fashion want to tell anybody about the city? Because they don't give two dipshits about. They talk about, this is how I talk. Don't question it. Or they don't understand that this is an accent at all. You're pretending like it's nothing.
Well, I got you mighty flustered. I'm gonna take that as a victory, at least.
Well, you know what? You're just lucky you're pretty. That's all.
Why, thank you.
So
Only the disguise makes you pretty. You're not usually pretty.
Like if you prefer a more plain appearance, less all fancied up, you know?
Yes. Your fancy self looks like you just don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, and you're going to drown in the next 5 minutes.
Well, I can't. I mean... Well, between me and you, I honestly enjoy the whole going about, like a normal person, and not having to be all royal.
Well, you see, there's the thing. You don't have to be. You just have to be you. Being royal just means you got to make sure people like you. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to be snooty.
You don't hang around with fancy folk very often, do you?
What?
You don't hang around with fancy folk very often, do you?
Fancy folk tend to be a little bit poppycock, and you know what? In the real scheme of things, if you follow them all the time, you're just going to end up making the commoners hate you, and who wants that?
Yeah, but they expect a highborn princess to act a certain way.
Yes, but does that mean that they expect the commoners to act a certain way, just as you're doing right now? People are people. If you just act like a normal person, there is no disguise needed.
Well, what do you think I'm trying to do? I mean, you're hardly one to talk. You're a real curmudgeon, you know that?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. If I gave a shit, and if I gave a fuck, then I wouldn't be where I am right now.
No, that's fair enough.
No, it's Marin half. But, okay.
Look, I wanted to show off. I wanted to show off a little bit. Give a girl a break.
If you wanted to do disguise, I could just give you my hat for the time being.
Yeah,
I mean, look at it. Look at that halfling right there.
Everyone else got disguised in 30 seconds. Leona needed a half hour.
Yeah, but mine doesn't detect as magic.
Neither does mine, I think.
It's a racial feature. And you can only turn. It's like you only appear as human. Leona can disguise herself as a lot of things.
Why can't you disguise yourself as a chair?
Chair powers activate.
Does that mean you know box magic?
Probably can.
We will not discuss this any further.
Anyways, I'll change back for now, and would you like to come along with us and we can get to the bottom of this whole race thing?
I didn't know we were dealing with racial discussion. I thought we were dealing with the
Grand Prix, you silly.
How about you guys go and do your investigations, and I'll just get every bit of information from the people that come to me, naturally, like I always do. Because I'm an alchemist. And I help people sometimes.
Do yourself, I'd see you around.
Okay.
Leona will change back into her fancy get-up.
After another half hour.
No, it doesn't take half an hour to take off a disguise. It takes like a minute, if that.
How long does it take to don and put on armor? I mean, in D&D, that takes a while.
It takes a minute.
While she does that, I just lets his tumor come out. Ew. And land on top of Thibbin's head.
Could you stop pestering the red folk?
No. Hey, Thibbin, have you ever wanted to fly?
I don't want to fly!
But just in case, keep the tumor.
I will be fine. I do not require flight summons.
Upon that note, you called it a flight summon. It scoffs at you and tilts its head upwards, as if it's the king of a nation.
Leona, upon hearing Thibin's anguished shrieks, will
come tumbling out of the room she was changing in, like her. And you can see, like, her dress is still, like, being pulled on. You can see underneath she's wearing, actually, this sort of armor, like, leather armor sort of situation under her dress. As she, like, tugs it on, like, ready to draw her sword.
Just being a
What's going on?
douchebag.
hide.
But I'm just casually giving. I'm giving her a gift, and she does not like it. I feel offended. I'm the one who should be told that it's okay, because I was just trying to help. I was giving her.
I do not require the tumor's assistance to fly, since I can do this. Flicks her finger. Oh shit! Where am I?
It's like flicks her fingers, forgets what she was doing. What?
And she proceeds to start just zoom.
Meow.
You can use feather fall at will.
And
And
fifth
levitate.
level.
We're 5th level.
5th level.
At 5th level can fly. Are we at 5th level now?
Yeah.
Is that like I keep thinking in D&D terms, so it's not a 5th level spell. It's just she's at 5th level, right?
Yeah.
At 5th level, she can fly, yeah.
Okay, because I'm like,
she does not have 5th level spells. That'd be very impressive if she did.
Yep.
I'm like,
Don't think that's possible.
I get confused when I see that because I'm like thinking D&D in my brain. So when I says 5th level, I'm like, is that a 5th level spell? Did she cast some 5th level spells on me right now? But it's only a few minutes. It's not even close to that long.
Which is why she's proceeding to only fly for 1 minute to save the 4 minutes for later.
You don't know she can only fly for 1 minute.
You just see that she's flying. See?
That is something you don't see every day.
Leona will finish, like,
And also,
flying halfling
on her dress and stuff.
Upon the deactivation, I can do this! And she says that she's 30 feet up in the air, just basically touching the ceiling of the garage. She just starts to just calmly fall back down to the ground.
Okay. So Thibin, keep the tumor.
I don't want it on my head.
Then don't let it be. Let it be on your finger. Be it somewhere nice. Just tell it, and it'll do.
How does I even talk to it?
Like, it speaks common, yes?
It knows what they say. It doesn't reply.
I get you. Alright, so
Hey,
you talk to her.
Go on my wrist.
It does that, though. I don't know how small your wrist is.
Finn.
Yeah, it easily wraps around your wrist with its little wings, just there.
Weird.
So you're sending
You
your
throw up
little creature with us?
I mean, I can't be bothered. He goes back to work.
Alright, I suppose. Helps a little. Does it even have a name?
Also, you! Get back to dressing.
Yes.
Leona
will finish tightening up, like, the ties on the back of her dress and whatnot, and re-emerge once she's properly presentable.
And I just continues to put liquids inside of other liquids to see what they do.
Boom.
Right then.
Hold up. Don't boom yet. Let me see if he did something. Hold up, alchemy. Let's see if it's a high roll or a low roll.
I don't think I will have Leona change back. I will actually keep the disguise up, because this will actually be
And here we go.
For,
and now we wait.
No, for diplomacy. Specifically, the one use of the diplomacy skill is to gather rumors.
I got a 28. Yeah, I don't think anything went boom, but I don't think he made anything overly impressive either.
So, Leo,
there should be a boom. That is the secret to Ide's nuclear hot sauce.
Anyway, so Leona,
hey, try this.
Is going to make use of the diplomacy skill to gather information about the Skidor Grand Prix, as well as Mr. Darren Rainey and any other city council members.
So, anybody want this drink? It'll perk you up and make you feel like a new person.
You ain't gonna turn me into a frog or nothing, is it?
I mean, I've thought about it, but what would be the point?
You got a tongue sharper than a woodsman's axe.
That took you way too long to articulate.
Takes me everything too long.
We know.
See, they know it's you.
Anyway.
Doubt your words.
Hold up. What do I roll to deal with people that are sense motive? Where is this thing?
You don't.
Bluff is if
It's
you're
like-
active.
What?
Bluff.
Bluff is an actual skill or something?
Yes, it is.
Active.
It's an actual skill.
Okay.
It runs off charisma.
It's just
Oh, I gotta click the button then. Why not? He's not good at it.
Rolled an 18 though.
Okay, let's see if someone falls for that. Iniko doesn't.
Leona, you were going to do something.
First off, Leona doesn't fall for it.
Damn.
But I am going to roll diplomacy to gather information and rumors while disguised as just normal girl. She's like the story Leona's going about. She came from Marenhof to see the Grand Prix, but she heard it might not happen, and she's just wondering why all that is. So she's asking around, talking with people,
Would you like to have Thibin the Halfling to assist you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the hat even changes her speech patterns.
That was out of character.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, alright.
So, diplomacy. To gather rumors. 26.
Now, I do not know diplomacy very well, but I do try to assist.
So it would come to 28 with Thibin's assistance.
28, okay, so I don't have to roll. Whew.
You're like, no.
You have to roll DC 10.
You have to beat a 10. Yeah, so what's your charisma bonus?
10.
Alright, so you just take 10 and you succeed.
Alright, let's go see. Well, hang on, actually, it may have to be... Hang on, let me go check some real quick.
So tell me a shopping list of things that you are interested in here. The more specific, the better.
Right, so she's interested in hearing about rumors as to why the Grand Prix might be canceled. Rumors relating to the various members of the city council. And, yeah, that's pretty much what she's interested in. Why the Grand Prix isn't happening. And, information on the various members of the city council.
And Miss Thibbity Thib, what are you up to?
Thibbin, who is new to the town and also more just intrigued by the attempts of someone disguising themselves through natural means, is more sticking along the lines of saying, "So I'm with this person too."
Yeah, no. The story is they're visiting from Marenhof. So they wanted to see the Grand Prix. They're visiting from the countryside or wherever. They wanted to see the Grand Prix either, but and then they don't know if. I heard it's not happening. What's up with that? Who's this Mister? Who's these? What are the city council? What do they think about all this? What's going on with that? Who's the bigwigs that want to cancel this and why?
All right. So regarding the funding, obviously the city itself is a major sponsor of the Sador Grand Prix, and they are debating pulling funding. As for exactly why, you are still not completely sure. However, you do hear a few. You would be fairly into the know when it comes to politics.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would be familiar with a. Sorry, I hear the typing and note taking, and for me for a bit. You would be familiar with the various factions that are going around in Sador, and one of the more extremist factions goes by the name of the Independent Sador Coalition, and they primarily have a platform, let's say, of trying to dissolve the major overarching Sador federal government, let's say. And they have been known to use, let's say, particularly undiplomatic methods in achieving those particular goals.
And there's some thought that they might be behind this whole nonsense about the showcase not firing.
That seems to be that seems to be a underlying narrative. Whether or not this is true is obviously something that would need to be discerned. But immediately that does seem to be what a lot of people's hot reaction seems to be. Pardon me for just one moment, please.
No worries.
Solar flare.
Solar flare.
Everything is awesome.
As far as the members of the council are concerned, you were asking particularly about Mr. Darren Rainey. I'll provide a brief potted history about him for you. Before he was a Silverton treasure. No, what?
One more quick little thing. It's something Leon was particularly interested in. Is if any of these fancy folks are planning on attending or throwing any sort of shindig, party, or just general social gathering.
I will keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind and respond to it in turn.
Right.
You made me lose my spot. Here we go. Before he was the Silverton treasurer, Rainey was actually the city's mayor, with his crowning achievement bringing a leg of the showcase to Sador for the inaugural Sador Grand Prix 12 years ago. The track quickly became a fan favorite, known for its sharp uphill climb into turn one and enthusiastic fan base. Dwarves know how to throw a party. Recently, he lost his re-election bid to Casey Harvick, following a rather libelous campaign by the challenger, alleging that by becoming more closely aligned with the showcase, the stewards, the old capital, and everything else geopolitically, Sador has become a larger player on the global scale. which could lead to neglect for the nation's citizens, higher taxes as Sador becomes more embroiled in international programs, and an overall decrease in people's standards of living. This was all in spite of reports and studies indicating that the event brought in mountains of revenue for the city each year it had been held. Unfortunately, enough of the populace got sold on the lie, and Rainey was voted out by a very, very slim margin. A few years ago, at a political rally that Harvick was holding, there was an accident that happened. As he was on stage providing a speech, a fire broke out on the stage, setting fire to some of the curtains behind him and accidentally setting off a fireworks display, which he was planning on using to conclude his speech. At least 7 people were hospitalized from the incident, including Harvick, who was hit on his cheek and would suffer burns on the right side of his face as a result.
I see.
Immediate suspicion was cast on Harvick's political opponents, including the more violent Independent Sador Coalition, here referred to as the ISC for brevity. Multiple investigations were opened as Harvick was out of the hospital and able to walk again, and he cracked down on everything that the organization was trying to do. Interestingly, following all of this, Rainey decided he would approach Harvick with plans for the with some information regarding the ISC. He contributed to the investigation to the extent of his knowledge, and following the arrest of a couple major players with the ISC, Rainey was offered the position of city treasurer by Harvick, who is still mayor to this day.
I see.
Rainey has continued the funding and managing of the Sador Grand Prix from his new office ever since.
Interesting. So Rainey's very much pro Grand Prix, it seems.
As far as any gatherings or the like are concerned, there is a charity event to be held late tomorrow evening, following the Skador Grand Prix press day that everybody attends, and it looks like it is being held by Mr. Rainey himself in what is presumably a last-ditch effort to actually get the event funded.
I see. Well, having learned all this information, we have Mr. Rainey's contact information, yes?
Yes, you do.
Having learned all this information, we'll head back to the hotel, ditch the hotel of which the location that Mr. Robbie gave her, and get herself situated with her room and. Oh wait, she would have to. She'd head back to the paddock and probably change back to her normal attire there. Ditching the disguise. She will.
I notices this and then has to ask where you guys are going because his familiar can't go that far away.
We're going to be going to a certain. Speak with a certain Darren Rainey. He's the city treasurer. He's the fellow who originally brought the Grand Prix to Skador. And, politics.
He's the treasurer. I already like him. Let's go.
Oh, so you are coming along then.
There's money involved somehow. There's the treasurer.
One minute. I think I know what I'd approach here is going to be. Hold on a second. I think
Mr. Krabs. Money.
Go.
you, Meg. You know, sometimes I do part-time jobs for extra cash. Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
It's probably not wrong. Okay.
It's a beautiful violin cover.
Right. Well, he's hosting a charity hall.
It's the violin. It's the violin in that clip.
Yeah. Mr. Rainey's apparently going to be hosting a charity hall to see if he can scrounge up the necessary funding for the Grand Prix here in Skador. That's sort of the last-ditch effort. I'm going to talk with him about why the event is not popular with the present city council. And, see if we can figure out why, what the deal is, and maybe we can help him try and get the funding needed.
At which point Hinako returns from conquering Britain. I mean, from very professionally and soldierly and winter soldierly interrogating. I mean, politely asking people about some of the more international diplomatic relations.
Ooh, what did she find?
Hey, I can actually move a token now. Wow, they updated the Roll20's phone service version.
Oh, did
Hinako, what did you find?
Oh.
That is interesting.
Well, not much for us.
Back.
Is Swish saying anything?
Hello?
Hello. We hear you.
Most I said was that my questioning was not very fruitful. Not that I mentioned questioning.
Oh, well.
Sleep schedule. Why
I
did you
went
do this to me?
Right then. So, let's head off then, and let's find an alternative. Let's find a alternative carriage service.
Okay, I got mine. You guys go where you want. Just tell me where direction I need to go.
How far is it to Mr. Rainey's, where he's likely to be? His residence, I guess?
A different question. How late would it be?
Yeah, how late is it getting?
About time that we have to go to bed.
It is still roughly mid-afternoon, and needless to say, nobody is going to hand you the address, the private home address of a major political figure in the nation.
He said we could meet him at the city hall. Where is that? Is what I mean.
So let's find his home, like right now. Don't need to ask anybody questions. They have it on the billboards.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Leona's used to dealing with nobles. They put up signs about their houses. She's not used to this democracy thing.
There's a big flashing neon sign above the Marinef Diplomatic Service building that says, "The party is here. Please do not explode the building."
Anyway, but yeah, so we'll you know what? A brisk walk sounds like a lovely idea.
I ain't walking for shit. He gets his tumor to do its thing.
I remember this.
But instead of using the injection, he just lets the tumor do the thing instead of him. Ha 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 ha! Ant Hall. Spell is Ant Hall.
Play.
The tumor that's of which is on my wrist.
Well, it gets off your wrist because he controls it. Doesn't matter what you say.
Okay.
Thibin turns into the car.
Go faster, Thibin. Go faster. There's money afoot.
Oh, God.
Quick to the Thibin cycle.
So how long does it take us to get to the city hall?
Well, the track is going to be a bit of a distance away because nobody wants to live in the middle of the city, the nice, quiet, serene city with pigeons cooing and people bustling, and it's and nice, calming cricket chirping, and then.
Yeah. Are you sure?
I does not like the pigeons in his way as he flies. Be on, pigeons! He may have used burning hands today. He uses one choice of burning hands to cook a pigeon. Just so you know.
A roast chicken falls out of the sky on a plate for you.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're walking, it is going to take a little bit. You'll have plenty of exercise, and Leona, are you like wearing heels or something?
She would be, wouldn't she?
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah. You want me to make a fortitude save?
For you or the shoes?
Both? It sounds like.
I'll start with you.
Alright, fort save. 9. No,
your legs are not having a fun time.
Leona is starting to question the wisdom of this walk.
While I is just floating and just watching him.
So,
Eating his chicken.
Feeling the burn. Burns here.
Yes, it does, Steven.
You guys having fun? Walking? Tippin, can't you fly?
No issues on my side.
I don't need to fly. I can walk there too. Just
Your
fine,
solidarity is appreciated, Steven.
That, and also I can summon some for us to move faster if you want.
You could... Not spiders.
No! It's something better.
What is better? You know, that only lasts for a few rounds. Right, Steven?
Oh shit, you're right.
If you think the thing you're going to summon will get you to the place in 30 seconds or less, I am very interested in hearing on how you attack this.
Well, considering that Thibin did not quite realize the fact that the summon is very short term, she proceeds to summon a giant soldier ant.
Leon just blinks at it for a few seconds.
Thibin proceeds to climb on top of the soldier ant.
Come on! We move fast.
Really?
How
fast is this soldier hand?
You don't know him. Before you can ask Thibin, she's gripped the ant's antennae like a pair of motorbike handlebars and is speeding down the street.
But like, how fast is this giant ant?
Let's look it up.
Yeah, so
I think you can summon hippogriffs to fly there.
A giant soldier ant has 50-foot move speed.
Sprinting it is 200 feet, meaning Thibin can get about a quarter. Meaning Thibin can get about a quarter mile before the ant poofs and she skids to a halt on her bum.
Ah! 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 Ow! I didn't move faster than I thought it would.
Thibin, you skid to a stall and you roll propped upside down against a very ornate fountain, and ahead of you is a very regal-looking building made out of marble with a whole bunch of pillars and a whole bunch of people in fancy suits getting dressed up and moving in and out and going ho ho ho, business, politics, ho ho, money.
That seems like Iona's type of thing to deal with.
Eyes, ears perk up at the sound of money. It doesn't matter how far away it is. He's already in
money.
The sound of money.
He's coming for the sound of the word money.
Multiple tens of miles away on a deep scuba diving operation, there is somebody diving for clams who finds an oyster with a pearl in it, and he mutters to himself, "Well, this is going to make me a lot of money."
He hears that. He hears it somehow. But
Flash.
he's like, but they say money more. They say money more than that one. I'm going to the money where the other people are saying money. Ah!
Leona will hurry, hobble along after.
Hide as best she can.
I have to imagine Leo's just kicked off her shoes and is chasing after her in their bare feet, just her hands in the air. Wait for me!
You know, at this point, she might have actually done that.
It's flying speed. My thing's flying speed is 40. So that ant is going pretty fast.
There's no ant anymore.
There's a reason I described Thibin riding the ant the way I did.
His hand was like that. I love it.
There's no ant.
Not anymore.
Let's see. Leona's. So, Red, quick question, because I did specifically pick the unusually light ASMR custom little flavor trait for Leona.
Are you?
You keep bringing that up.
Are you trying to like skip down the hill or something?
I'm mostly asking because I finally looked up what Leona's weight should be, and by default it's 120 pounds. She's unusually light, so how light is she?
I don't know.
Look at that albino walking without her shoes on. Oh, it's amazing.
I'm glad you're amused, Ide.
I am always amused whenever you do things that aren't actually ladylike.
While they were having a discussion, eventually going toward the location where Thibin is, Thibin's going to enter the premises.
You enter the building, and there are a bunch of people walking here, walking there, sitting at desks, standing at desks, exchanging papers, writing on those papers, walking over to other desks, exchanging those papers for more papers, and writing and then writing on those as well. You're pretty sure you see one person write on a paper, hand it in to himself, and then write on another paper.
Are any of them using their left foot first or their right foot first?
Would you like to study and find out?
No.
Out of the 723 people in this building, you have determined that 567 of them always step with their left foot first, and that 162 begin with their right foot.
Thibin suddenly feels a very unusual urge to.
And then you see, and then you see one person come in on a pogo stick just to mess with the math.
Alright, once
Sibin
Leona
feels
finally
very-
makes her way to the building, she will put her heels back on. Like wincing as she does so. And,
Why do you wear heels in the first place?
because fancy people.
I
Never
feel
mind.
very unusual urge to commit arson.
Please do not.
That's my job, anyway.
You're here. Good. Yes.
Yes, it is my
Right.
job, right, Tibbin?
Please follow my lead and let me do the talking.
Why do we have to follow your lead? Why can't we be our own people?
You can, but
Can you-
I would really
if you
look.
pay me, I'll follow your lead.
How about I'll owe you a service. Service for a service.
Okay, good. That works for me.
Alright.
I, as the GM, knowing how I'd behave, should probably alert you, Goldie, out of character, that you left that offer very, 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 very open.
Yeah.
I am aware. Leona is also aware of this. She's just a little
You
too
have been
tired
warned.
and foot sore to care.
You've been warned.
I is willingly going. He's not showing any signs of causing any distractions here. He's just
Besides,
following her.
Leona kind of enjoys light shenanigans. It's amusing to her sometimes. Sometimes.
So, I go in front. You point
No,
in
no, no,
direction.
no. She goes in front. I follow her.
No, I said I go in front.
Yes, I do go in front. Thank you for noticing.
I, Thibin, shall go to the front.
No,
Yes,
Pippin,
I am the Tibbin.
let me take the lead, please.
The guard on the inside of the door rolls his eyes. Oh, for the love of God, shut the hell up!
Okay, I understand. I am sorry for causing you distress, sir. For now.
For now.
Excuse me, good sir. Do you know where I can find Darren Rain?
Hide for the love of God. Do not plant explosives in the guard's pants.
Hey, this lady over here is talking about planting explosives in a guard's pants.
And you're the one who usually does it.
No, I don't.
Leona
I have
actively
never-
reaches up and claps a hand on both of their mouths. Please. Please.
The love of all that's holy.
Blink, blink, blink.
Stop.
Ignoring the troublemakers behind us, we would like to meet with the treasurer. If that is availability.
His office will be up on the 3rd floor. You can take those stairs. You can take those stairs over there if you want to. Usually it requires appointments, though.
Well, I'm sure he'll be willing to make an exception in this instance.
Don't you already have an appointment with this individual? Didn't you say that they wanted to talk to you in the first place, or no?
No,
Other person?
I want to talk with him involving the showcase, and given I'm
I also don't. I also don't like the way Leona said. I'm sure he can make an exception.
like that. That's why I was like, wait, you didn't make
Threatening.
Am I reading
I'm
more
sure
here
it was
that the guard does
threatening.
not know
Anyway,
who he's talking to?
Leona.
Leona will make her way up to the office of Mr. Rainey and knock on the door.
Couldn't she have just tried to have others? Anyway, I just following. He's just gonna follow. He's not gonna question. He has a thing he's got to do now.
He has people to schmooze money off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're schmoozing today.
Thibin
Hey.
follows.
Hey,
Roll to
alchemical components are very difficult to come by.
roll to schmooze.
What button is that?
Diplomacy, probably.
I shall schmooze on your behalf.
Hold up. I gotta see. Okay, so it's diplomacy, right? Yeah, he has no diplomacy, but let's see how this goes. He got a 7. He is terrible at diplomacy.
Leona can literally.
I walk up to the counter. You may attempt to schmooze.
Hey, you look nice. Ever thought of having some kind of magical item that makes you look younger, older?
I can't say I have, sir. Can I help you?
Well, you see, I'm looking for someone to, and he thinks for a minute, to smooze. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
Leona, there's like a loud
face palm from Leona.
Sir, this is a subway.
Oh, I should have known.
And at this point, I do notice that you didn't actually walk up to any of the clerk's desk. You stumbled into the restaurant that happens to be inside the building.
Hey, so about that smoozing thing. So you see, these people obviously are very hungry, and I can make them food.
Leona will just like put a hand
on I'd shoulder and just be like,
please stop. This is painful to watch.
It's painful to do.
But why are you hurting yourself like this?
I thought I could get money, but I was too blinded by the smell of food, I guess.
Come on. We'll talk with the treasurer. I'm sure you can find a way to make a profit or something off this. Don't worry.
Okay, and not everyone's as easy to get money off of as you.
I'm only this easy because I like it.
Yay, money! He has gotten his emotional depletion from that. He's like, I just completely balled there. Just go. Anyway. Just lead me to the death of my taxes.
Up in Mr. Rainey's office, there is a human secretary working at her desk, and she sees the doors open, and from her positioning at the desk, it's relatively high up. She sees the doors open, and she sees a hat moving closer towards her.
This counter's very top. And he just starts his hands to sort of reach over.
And now she hears the hat talking.
Shortly after this, Leona and the rest of the party enters into the room, and Leona will turn to the secretary and say,
she lets Jeremy come out of the bag and just pop over on over the top of the counter.
If you guys don't know where Thibin is, there is a yell of panic from behind a closed door off to your right.
Leona rapidly moves as quickly as she can, given her sore feet, into the.
As opposed to slowly moving as quickly as you can.
Jeremy, what do you see? Oh, the secretary. Hello.
Leona freaking slides into the room. And it's like,
I is completely emotionally damaged by this. She is a babysitter.
Put the centipede away, please.
What? I can't see over the counter. Yes, I know it's a secretary. You said that already.
Yes, it's a Leona
will like actively pick up. They've been like gently move it to the side. And
I like to see her too.
Brilliant.
The secretary.
Leona will enhance Vivian. Ignore the part about the foul creature being.
And the secretary. I'm terribly
sorry. I say that to everyone.
I'm terribly sorry about that, miss. My name is Leona Antos Miranda. I'm here from Narenhof, and I would like to speak with Mr. Mr. Rainey about the Skador Grand Prix.
And she's stuck like that for a couple of minutes because she's still pretty sure a possessed hat just spewed a centipede out onto her desk, and she's still trying to deal with that.
Well done, Fitton. You broke her.
Tevin, could you withdraw Jeremy?
Yes, he's already back in the bag. See? Wait, hang on, you can't see him.
That's the
Takes
point.
out of the bag.
Matter of fact, let me just do a stealth check for Jeremy.
Oh God.
Very good.
Jeremy is so well hidden that Themon doesn't even know if he's still in the bag.
Jeremy? Right. He's not talking to me now.
That is not something.
So you're saying there's a potential that your centipede is just wandering the halls now, huh?
Could be.
The centipede that cost so much to burn.
Well,
Secretary, we come seeking the treasure.
I have informed her as much.
Oh, you did? I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to Jeremy, who disappeared. It's not even magic. He's somewhere.
That's comforting.
Is the hat going to do anything else?
I'm not a hat.
And you just see Thippen kind of just walk over to the other side of the counter segment.
I am Thippen.
She's not. We'll keep her under control. I'm sorry.
I don't know what a Thibbin is.
I am a Shirkian.
Rat folk in the common parlance.
Don't you look like a halfling right now?
No, I got my hat back.
Did you have an appointment?
I do not. Unfortunately, I have just arrived here in Skador, and I've heard about the situation involving the Grand Prix. As a member of the Marinhof royal family, and my father's effective manager for the team, I'm interested in seeing the Grand Prix happen, and I'm looking to confer with Mr. Rainey about any ways I can assist him in his effort to see it go off.
I see. Let me see if the day is open. And she starts fumbling with her appointment book again. Either she's new, or she's still scared out of her mind, or a whole bunch of other things. Probably all of them.
Norvin, do you have any like calm emotions or something?
I do not.
Drat.
Hey, lady, is this your first day?
Yes.
Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reset yourself. Don't start working. Reset yourself. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Look at the computer. Blink.
What's a computer?
What's a computer?
Okay. What does her desk look like if she's a secretary? I'm only thinking secretaries with a computer.
Well, they have books, they have paper.
Go look at your book.
How to look at books for dummies.
I know that one. I helped write it. Helps people concentrate.
All right. Now, after you've breathed and after you've recollected yourself, then see if you can get in contact with the people we need to. Because if you do it while you're like that, all we're gonna get is you paging everyone that is in this building.
And all the guards come in.
Really, it took them this long.
Oh.
I mean, if you call the police in America, it will take that long. Usually, the person's already dead.
I mean, this is you'd think. I mean, yeah, that's when you call the police, but this is like the city hall,
And
politicians care about their safety.
yes, but not the secretaries.
Good point.
So,
To be fair, if we were murdering the secretary, it's a good chance that we're there to go after the politicians.
Yes, but you see, if the secretary is new, the sudden bursting of what they saw come up the stairs probably gave them like, oh, this is just what we were expecting to happen.
Alright, that does make some sense. So, Leona will wait for the secretary to collect herself. It's calling speech. And, once that's all handled, she will, she'll just wait till they can speak with Mr. Rainey. She's not going to rush the poor lady. She's already been scared by a centipede.
I am not a horrifying creature.
Never mind, I'm not going to say it in front of the secretary. You're terrifying, Thibbin. You're terrifying. You scare small children when they walk past us.
I am innocent.
You may be innocent.
Now.
Thibbin could be more terrifying.
I'm not terrifying. I'm just very loud.
That they were. But the
Yeah,
secretary
well, looks almost like you're always on fire.
thumbs through a book and says, he might be open. I can go try and find real fast.
Excellent.
Thanks. Take all the time you need. We don't mind waiting.
And she disappears in a dust cloud, and her chair starts spinning in place.
So, while that's everyone else is going to be waiting, I'm going to look for Jeremy. I'll be back.
Thibbin.
Hey, if you let Thibbin go, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen, right?
If you give a Thibbin a cookie...
Hey,
Thibbin,
can you call him to... Where did she go? Actually, let me roll perception. Leona's not very good at it.
You might see her.
Hey! I do! No! Stay!
You just see Thibbin, trying to
damn
get the. You just see Thibbin trying to get around the counter.
Can you not call Jeremy to you?
You need to go grab Thibbin that shoulder.
Oh, shit.
You see everything.
Except for Jeremy. Jeremy still had higher than that.
But not Jeremy.
This has become a small issue.
Leona will... He understands the common, right? Jeremy does?
Yes, he understands Common. He also understands Dwarven, Aklo, Draconic, and Goblin. And I think a few other language I don't know.
Jeremy, will you please come out? There are a lot of people running around here, and you might be accidentally squished. And we don't want that to happen to you.
It's actually very unlikely he'll be squished. If anything, he'd be zipped. I know him more than others. I really think he's probably underneath here, and he isn't.
Jeremy, please
Jeremy,
come
will
out
you
of the
please
fridge.
come out? I'll make
Hey,
Thibbin give you a
Thibbin.
treat.
Thibbin, what is Jeremy's favorite thing to consume?
Besides magic scrolls, actually, matter of fact, it's just gonna be magic scrolls. No, I will not say the other thing.
I got honeyed crickets. Is it okay with those?
I don't know if you ever ate those before.
Did you feed him a silver spoon?
Silver spoons. Yes, it was silver spoons. Yes, totally not the other thing I was thinking of.
I like you, Thibbin, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Jeremy, if you come out, I'll give you one of the silver spoons we have.
Jeremy pokes his head out of a little potted plant off to the corner next to the entrance to Rainy's office.
There you are.
You scoop him up. There's a small little scrap of paper in his mouth, and it doesn't immediately seem like it's important. All you can make out is a little bit of stuff typed onto it. You can read job 412.
Whatever.
Thibbin just takes the paper and puts it into a side pocket on her outfit.
All right, here's a silver spoon.
Hey.
Well, that was fun.
Quite.
I'm gonna go make a thing. Don't worry about it.
Try not to blow anything up. Alright.
Let's see if I do or see if I don't. That's the fun about it.
If you're going to blow something up, would you kindly not do it in my office, please?
I'm not doing it in your
Mr.
office. I'm
Rainey.
doing it outside of your office.
He approaches.
Rainey is a relatively tall dwarven man, and when I say relatively, I mean he's a whole 4 3/4 feet as opposed to 4 1/2.
Wow.
But he brandishes a very well groomed beard and mustache, and is dressed in the traditional navy blue and red colors of the Sador Confederacy flag, and bows very politely. I was told that I have a noblewoman in my presence.
You do, sir. Lady Leona Antos Miranda of Marinhof.
Lady Antos Miranda. He picks up her hand, very politely kisses the back of it, and says, "I know."
I know. Thank you.
Look at him. He's off.
Thank you, sir. I'm not sure if your secretary informed you of the reason for my visit, but I initially came here to witness this leg of the Showcase of Nations, only to discover that there is a significant possibility that it won't be actually happening. There's been some difficulty procuring the funds to finance the leg here, and I thought I might be able to come down and offer you what assistance I can. I hear you're hosting a charity gala to attempt to raise what you need.
Booga booga.
Booga booga.
Ooga booga.
Booga
A kid passed by me, so I had to say booga booga.
Oh, good for him.
Back in character. I am. It's not been simple. How much do you know about our internal politics? Let's say, Lady Miranda.
From what I understand, I did a little bit of listening around, heard some things. From what I understand, you're the fellow who brought the showcase to Skador initially, and your last political attempt didn't go so well. You were up against a certain, what was his name? Harvick fellow?
Harvick.
Yes, and
Harvick. Casey.
Yes, Casey Harvick. From what I understand, he campaigned on a Marinhoff, would call it a very much a sort of a, I want to say, independent from the rest of the world. Like, his belief was that, or at least the belief he campaigned on was that too much money is coming into Skador is a bad thing.
I took a bit of offense to it at the time. I found his logic remarkably faulty. But I don't have much interest in getting Sador involved in more international political nonsense than I absolutely have to. But being a part of the showcase and having a Skador Grand Prix has been nothing but beneficial to the people as a whole.
Apparently, he doesn't see it that way.
He didn't. But it's all water under the bridge now. I'm still a relatively important member of Silverton society, and I'm still helping to contribute to wherever I can.
So, where is the difficulty in procuring the funds? Then,
I hate to say it, but it's the coalition. Because
the ISC.
They very recently become, say, a lot more restless than what they typically are. I've had to we've had over the last few months we have had to increase our security budget, divert more funds to local police and resources, and consequently that has made things very, very tight. As much as I love the Zador Grand Prix and everything, the populace comes first. There's no point in holding a race if nobody's going to come to see it, and if everyone's afraid of something going bang at an opportune moment.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but the ISC, their main deal is they want Skador to be they want to dissolve your primary central government in Skador, yes?
Yeah. As far as where that's located, it's probably a 15-minute carriage ride from here. You could go check that out if you were particularly interested in it for whatever reason. But that's their primary objective. There doesn't need to be a confederacy, and by extension, there doesn't need to be a skateboard. Why can't everyone just mind their own business, so to speak?
Interesting.
If I may make a statement, Is their actions seen as tyrannical?
Heretical?
Terrorists.
Careless.
Terrorists? Terror makers?
Are you trying to say terrorist?
Yes. Yes.
We do consider them to be a domestic terrorization, yes. More than a few people have been hurt and or killed as a result of their actions.
Mm.
What is their stance towards international politics?
They're not particularly friendly to outsiders, but at the same time they understand the need for it. They're not interested in isolationism, if that's what the question is, but they don't see a need for any more, let's say, red tape and rules than what are absolutely necessary.
See.
Or at least that's what, or at least that's what they like to pass around in their company meetings, I suppose.
Hmm.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Extremely radical.
Do you think
They
it's
seem like
likely
fun
that
people.
you think it's likely that they'd be interested in stopping your gala?
One more time, please.
Do you think they'd be interested in stopping your charity gala or the Grand Prix?
If they, maybe, but even if they are, but even if they are, the Grand Prix is simply too important to me. I am going to secure funding, and I will make sure that there is plenty of security, and then some to make sure that these go off without a hitch.
Of course.
And if I need to start dipping into my own personal funds in order to make this happen, then that's what it comes to.
Alright. So, there is no doubt that this will happen with you around. Then.
I will make it.
Now, the question is the ISC aware of this fact?
I'm not sure. I honestly wouldn't know how to say that.
See, my thought is, I had the idea that perhaps they'll try and stop your goal. However, in my service, I have a paladin of the Order of Saint Erastil. And Leona will gesture to Nora. As well as a trained wizard of the Shirtikulan Empire. And one of the finest alchemists in I want to say the hemisphere, but I'd probably say
and I was just sprawled out in a recliner, drunk asleep.
No. He's he's sitting down. He's definitely doing that. He's looking, and then he just tilts over, letting the light hit near his eyes, so it's got this little shade over it. The world.
The world. The world. And myself, I am in fact an oracle.
And as for her,
she is I believe the term is. What is the term you?
Magus.
A magus, a battle wizard, spell sword.
I would be inclined to say mages, but
formidable individuals. And I'm confident with our combined abilities, we can prevent, if not turn their little attempt against. If they attack your gala, and I have no reason to believe they wouldn't, simply because it's publicly known that you are in favor of the Skater Grand Prix, which is something they don't like, yes?
I suppose not. All right. If I hired you as additional plainclothes security, just in case something is to happen at this particular event, what would be your asking rate?
I stands up happy with that statement.
Oh, Christ.
So, sir, what is the usual asking rate for your guards?
The guardsmen are guardsmen. They're salaried. You, on the other hand, are just going to be one-off security.
No. I understand that, but I'm asking if you were to chop it up into an hourly pay. I'm asking for our actual legitimate guard here.
How much?
And at this point, the invisible god in charge of Rainey's actions is actually going to try and look up what a decent pay rate would be for you folks.
For a trained hireling,
1,550 gold is the amount of money you would get for a CR5 encounter, which is how you determine what
that is not
the reward is for quests.
What Red asked.
But that's
not counting treasure we loot from the NPCs we kill. Wild.
Which is how you determine what your reward is for quests. It is a regular reward.
But is that like if you're actually purchasing the mercenary full time? Because this is only asking for an hourly gig, not you're stuck with me until I don't want you anymore or you die. That's how much 1,500 gold is probably the asking price for.
Let's see.
This is for an actual deep dungeon until the job is done, too. You're thinking about that. 1,500 makes sense. But if it's just for this one day to guard him, when he already has guards, the price should be reduced regardless.
Yeah, 1,500 is not a reasonable request, child. I know it's technically, or we'll say we should have this much for an encounter, but no. A trained hireling...
Even I was like, no, that's too much.
I'm saying. I looked up, that is the number for the single encounter. And then we can do with that information whatever we want.
Well, since this is probably keeping him from
that is the number that it should be based around. It would be like half of that or whatever we decide.
I disagree with you, Wild.
Maybe 150 gold for that.
We either base it somewhere around this is the reward for a quest as it's meant to be, or we base it around we get paid 1 gold because that's what it says we get paid for a trained hireling.
Which for a bunch of
those are the two options
which for a bunch of 5th level characters is honestly kind of piddly. So
those are the two options for a reference point for what should be paid.
I mean, these are always reference points, so it's always the DM's discretion.
Yeah.
How much would we be paid? Do you 150, 15 gold? What does this guy value us as? That's the easiest way to figure it out.
The better question is the better question is how inflationary is gold as a currency in this universe?
Yes, and that's your universe, sir.
I know. I don't want to make a decision.
Let's say, considering we are.
Why did you people do this to me? Why did I do this to me?
Alright, looking at
You made this a
spellcasting
thing!
services.
You weren't supposed to negotiate with this guy.
Well,
You
I
have
know
the guy
my
that's
answer.
constantly negotiating with every single person that exists.
Alright, hold up.
Why did I make an NPC whose job it is to manage money when I don't know how it works?
Considering that for spellcasting services, the caster level times the spell level times 10 gold is how much it costs per spell. Let's say we're all level 5. The highest level spell we could cast is a 3rd level spell. So 150.
I was about to say 150 as well. So with that all out of the way, Rainey is going to stroke his beard and he's going to say, "Would 750 be enough to cover all 5 of your services for the night?"
I just looked at him and blinks. Sir, are you sure you're the treasurer?
Leona will raise her hand and say,
Please don't do this to me.
I don't require compensation for this. Marinoff benefits from the Grand Prix. He's continuation as much as Skador does.
Oh no! I don't agree with that. You see, if she doesn't want the money, I will eagerly take it for the compensation of me having to deal with all this crap.
Wow. I could buy
honest,
some more magic scrolls.
For the things we do here.
I can give you alcohol if you just let me have the money.
I'm not saying you don't get paid. I'm saying I don't get paid.
No. Your portion will be entirely on your alcohol budget, which means you'll never have to pay me for alcohol again.
Leona is actively weighing this.
I'm confused. Am I paying for security at my gala, or am I paying for a bar tab?
You're paying for her bar tab, yeah.
Yeah. Very well. We'll take the money.
750 lump sum. However you divide it is something you can sort out on your own time.
Okay, works for us. I do apologize for us causing you to do something that your job is requiring you to do, but thank you. And
No, hey, Rainey is competent. I'm not.
Okay.
I mean, to be perfectly fair to him, we are all moderately high-level spellcasters. Like, magic is expensive, so he's actually getting a good deal.
Of course he's getting a good deal. That's why I was like, huh.
Jeremy is your familiar. He does not get his own paycheck. He said 750 lump sum to be divided among us however we choose. If we divide that among all of us or include Jeremy, that's between us.
Leona just completely missed the cue there. Norman's getting paid less money than he started with at level 1.
Look, we're doing this for the showcase for Marinhoff.
Yeah, but also Jeremy needs food, which is magic scrolls.
You will get. Don't you benefit from feeding him them? You store your spells in him, right?
Yeah, I do, but he also likes eating magic scrolls.
But whenever you feed him, your magical knowledge expands, so to speak.
Not all the time. Sometimes it doesn't work. Other times he has a bad stomach. In other cases, he eats it. I don't get anything.
Hey, Eben, Thibin, everyone. I know you guys we like to have conversations in front of
Yes,
important people that are just completely not relevant to their knowledge. Can we just actually go to a place to talk?
Where will
rather than
I'm apologize, Mr. Rainey. Where will the gala be held?
The gala will be held. Will blah blah blah. That was the invisible god talking, not him. The gala will be held at the Quattraro Event Center. I will provide you, and my secretary will provide you an address if you ask her for it. Hopefully, she's a little skittish today. I'm not sure. Did something happen? I know this office is soundproofed and everything, but I swear I heard something.
Nothing of severe consequence. Thibin can be a little.
Yes, I am, Little. Thank you for noticing.
Talking hat.
Exactly. But that aside, we can, we'll make our way there. And you said you want us as plainclothes security, yes?
What you have on, I think will work perfectly fine, unless you want to, let's say, dress for the occasion.
Of course.
It's no secret that he's expensive eater.
By many of the party, you mean one person.
Hey. I mean, abilities. What secrets has Leona spoken about? Abilities.
I'm an oracle. It's known that Leona's an oracle. That's why the church Norvin's affiliated with found out she was an oracle and sent Norvin to look after her because she's an oracle. It's public knowledge that Leona has oracular powers. Ide is a professional alchemist.
My abilities public.
Ide is a professional alchemist. He's I think he's looking to start a business based on his alchemical skills. Thibin? Leona thinks is a wizard, so she said she's a wizard.
Yeah, and Thibin openly states about Jeremy.
Yeah.
Who has a hunger for inorganic material.
I think the only one who
does not openly question this, so no reason for replies.
Fair enough. I'm not replying in character. I'm replying out of character. Difference. Anyway.
That sounded like someone was replying in character.
Right then. Well, thank you for your time. I'm Mr. Rainey. We will, we'll do our best to keep any ISC elements from being overly disrupted.
Thank you for putting my mind at ease. I'll send you the contact information for my head of security as well if you have any more questions.
Of course. Thank you.
Are you hungry?
Now, who wants a sandwich?
I have a cookie for you. Want a cookie?
All right. I'll have another cookie.
No, not you. No, him.
Do not feed the dwarf.
Leona just reaches for the curry, just reaches for the cookie, and I just immediately just puts his hands up in the air. No, not for you. like he's trying to ward off a dog or something.
Baps her on the head with a newspaper. No squirt bottle.
I would be using a range or something.
So, as I was saying, would you like a cookie, sir?
Leona just looks at
I suppose I could try it. Are you a baker?
No, but I'm trying to test to see if I can actually make a really good cookie. If you don't like it, please let me know.
All right, I'll sample it. Munch, munch, munch.
It's
a little spicy.
Dwarves have like a +2 versus poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met one that was poisoned.
Munch, munch. Not bad. Could use some hops though.
No, you're right. I do need to add alcohol. You're always right. They're always right. Needs alcohol. Yeah, you're right. I got you. Definitely a good idea.
Other than that, not bad. Not bad for a first draft.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even use an oven.
Oh, what do you use then?
I use fire. I use alchemy. This is created with alchemical knowledge, and it's using the base components to make a cookie without using the heat required.
I'm sorry. What do you think the adjective version of alchemy is again?
Alchemy?
Alchemetical?
Yeah, alchemetical.
It's alchemical.
You know why I say alchemetical?
Why?
Because I'm not a chemist, I'm an alchemist.
Good for you.
Look, I don't have to say the word right. It's what he does. He doesn't have to be accurate with his pronunciation. Just like this particular treasurer doesn't have to know how to do his proper math correctly.
He is good at his job. I'm not.
Exactly. I is good at his job, but I'm not. I'm not an alchemist.
Right. So, with all this, Leo, once Mr. Rainey heads off to do whatever he's doing, Leona will see if she can't get the directions and information from the secretary lady.
Hi, Lady Leona Anthos Miranda. I know.
We know.
Here are the directions to Quartararo Hall and our primary security offices is down on the first floor. You'll know when you see it. Is the hack on?
Yes. Leona will, push down Viv and, push her down just to keep her out of view of the, of the desk.
Why are you holding me?
Have a nice day, lady. I'm gonna go before you scream again. He walks out the door.
Leona will follow.
I don't scream.
Get your hands off of me!
Alright, Leona will finally release Viven.
Freedom has hit me once again!
Thibin hops up about 5 feet in the air.
Rodents.
Rodents.
Because when you drop them on their hind legs, they basically jump forward immediately.
Alright, so,
Hopefully that's not over the ledge, is it?
Make a roll.
Yeah, you're not over a ledge. You're fine.
Okay.
Aww.
alright, so, Alright, let's head down and speak with this head of security fellow. See if we can't get some information from him on what he believes the potential threats might be and the like. I'm sure we'll get along with him, Northern.
Probably.
Northern Sphere has a conversation, and it's just the word "gun" 57 times.
Gun. Anyway.
So what you're
will lead the
saying,
way.
so what you're saying is one character says gun gun all the time, and the other one says money money all the time.
Money, money, gun, gun. Money, money, gun, gun.
Money. Money.
Money gun. That would be the most greatest invention for I.
Tippin goes squeak squeak, Whisk goes fox fox, and Leona goes we know.
No, it's not Leona that goes we know. It's the others that go we know.
We know.
No. Leona goes left foot, then right foot, then left foot, then right foot. Then I broke my heel.
I have to imagine the party gets stuck in a forest and for a while or something, just like a prolonged camping trip. And Leona just gets more and more on edge with each passing day because nobody's told her they know.
Anyway,
Just randomly started introducing herself to the party. She's known for quite a while.
Alright, so we'll speak with this head of security dude. Leona will head down to the office. What does she see?
Dude.
I was just admiring Gold Mike there. It kept cutting in and out as he said the last vowel there. So what did she see? E.
Interesting how that to my side.
Or as Markiplier once said, E.
But what does Leona see?
She sees a half orc chilling out in an armory and maintaining a few weapons here and there.
What was the fellow's name again? Let me write this down.
You were not given one.
All right, the head of security, right?
Has Thibin seen a half orc before?
How would we know?
You tell us.
Do live underground in some cases.
Yeah, but do half orcs.
Also, Wisp, I apologize. Were you saying something earlier?
Not particularly.
Hey, your voice is loud.
All right, fair enough.
I'm holding my mic up to my head.
He's learned how to project.
Right.
Speak from the diaphragm.
All right. So Leona will approach him and say, "Excuse me, sir. We're looking for the head of security for Mr. Darren Rainey. We've been hired to assist as extra hands for the security of the gala he's going to be holding tomorrow."
Is that so? And he looks up at Leona.
Magical.
Well, that's a hell of a combat outfit, Missy.
Leona will actually
mind the outfit.
pull up the big poofy sleeve of her dress, and she pulls it up a bit, and you can see underneath there's this leather armor underneath her dress. I'm not just some.
Okay. Okay. Fine. I'll bite. Did Rossi hire you?
Roxy?
This seems like the sort of stunt he would pull.
No. We spoke directly with Mr. Rainey.
And you're not just a striptease.
No.
She could be a tease, but she isn't a stripper.
Thank you? Question mark. Either way, we're here to assist. in the security of the gala to ensure that the showcase gets its funding against the potential threat of the ISC.
All right. And what do you know about garden public events like this? And he sets his gun down.
I myself am not the particular expert in that field. I possess oracular magic, right? That is my main area of contribution in this. Our expert in security would be, and Leona will gesture to Novrin.
Nod to
Norvin. He's a guy wearing old-timey chainmail with a gun.
Yeah.
All right. How long have you been in the security business?
Not too long. I mostly focus on attacking, usually.
Oh my god, Norvin spoke!
Wait, he does? I was like, wait, he does?
Not usually?
Oh, yeah, right, he's like a hunter.
Yeah.
The Order of St. Aristil.
Ah, those guys. All right. I'll be. Where you guys staying? Where you guys staying? I'll send you a runner with the layout of the Quattraro Event Center and a few notes about the event itself.
Leona will give the man Hathor the address of the place that she was given, that she's staying at.
And what name should I be sending this to?
Leona Antos Menendo.
Yeah, I know.
We all do.
Well,
No, I didn't catch it this time. Could you say it again? I wasn't listening.
Shut up, Hyde. Side note, if I may, wouldn't it be safer not to have a runner in between? I don't know. That runner might be someone else. Oh, working for someone else.
It's just that. I mean,
you guys are supposed to be plainclothes, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Then let me ask you this: why would you five people be here in an open conference without a security where anyone walking through this main lobby right here could possibly walk past this window and see you fools?
This is a good argument. I could whip up some disguises for everyone, but it would take a while.
Why are you so like
3 hours later?
3 hours later. Well, she did say it would take a while.
I'm not waiting 3 hours for this briefing. You will have your information. Trust me.
All right. I mean, worst case happens, the runner's intercepted, then we know the runner's intercepted, so we have to change the plans. And yeah. Because then we know what they think we know, but they don't. But would they actually... you know what? Yes, just send a runner.
We're taken care of. Now, if you don't mind, I am very interested in talking to your bodyguard some more.
Of course. No.
And the half-orc clears his throat, pulls up a seat for Norvin.
I'll sit down. Why not?
Guns.
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 Sorry, I was halfway here and halfway the other side. Are they talking more guns?
They are talking about guns.
Yes, Kevin. It seems they have gone
Guns
into their
enhanced
own
with magic.
world.
And then a wizard with a rabbit familiar comes in through the door, and the half-orc points. Buns.
Fun.
And then a horde of Mongol barbarians come through the door. Huns.
You know what? I'm gonna leave if that's okay with you.
Yes, no, I'll meet you back at the hotel.
And then take it.
I
you
take
know
this
the
moment
address,
to
right?
listen to. I takes a moment to listen to this conversation of guns and them saying the word gun several times. He takes note. Maybe he should make a gun one day.
I'm pretty sure it's not actually just saying guns over and over again.
We are not saying guns over and over and over again. I'm just trying. I'm just trying to find a good spot to end the session on.
Yeah.
Yes. Then the nuns start entering.
Oh God.
This has gone on for way too long. I'm starting to run out of puns.
Don't worry. There's more tons of that we can go for.
He's got to make a gun for his son too, right?
I'm gonna get flung into the sun at this point. Either way, I gotta run.
Comic Kong.
Thanks a ton.
You guys won.
Oh, we did. Thanks. Over. All right. Bye.
Doing this for the month?
I'll be sure to get you guys some muns.
Money.
Money. Why did the war start? Money.
Either way, I think we're done.
Oh yeah.
Hope you had fun.
Guns.
I did.
Yeah, it was hilarious in its own rights.
I was allowed to bring an E.
Alright. Now I'm just trying to decide what celestial spirit to attune to for this bodyguard operation.
None of them.
Rhymes.
Norvin, do you have Shield Other?
Shield Other?
Oh no, it's a Paladin 2 spell.
No, apparently.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you don't have Paladin level 2 spells.
Yeah.
Alright, that seems like the best way to keep him from getting killed. I'm sure Norman wouldn't approve, but I mean...
It's Shield Other?
Yes, Shield Other.
I will point out that you also take half damage, so someone can stab you to kill them.
You know, it's a fair argument. Wait.
I do not approve of the Shield Other spell in general.
No, actually, it does not work like that. If you take damage, they don't take any damage at all.
Shit, I need to mow the lawn, and I'm already getting hit by the sleepy stick.
Get away from the sleepy stick, Skull.
They changed
Get away
it?
from the sleepy stick.
Get away from the sleepy stick.
Also, I seriously need to get rid of Guy's gold at this point. He has way more gold than I thought he did. I just looked at his gold and I'm like, God damn. So whenever I remember earlier, I had to get rid of some gold from making that healing item for you guys. And I'm like, holy shit! Why do you have this much gold? I didn't know you were haggling that bad. Damn.
At least you have gold.
I have 5,600 and something gold.
At least you have gold.
Vivian just spends it all on scrolls to feed her insatiable centipede.
I have a gun.
Are we going to end the session, or are we going on for another hour?
No, we're wrapping up.
Oh, you have to be close to them.
Alrighty.
You have to be very, very close to them.
I've officially run out of space on my Word document, and that's usually an indication that I should probably pull the plug and actually write something down.
All right.
So I get to play a mini game between this session and next, right?
Oh, if you must.
It involves gun.
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 I will point out there are I will point out something that Ide and Norvin can.
I think I just keep rally point prepared.
Rally point. Oh, you're choosing
I just
which
stand
of your
there
one,
and
which of your one spells you get to use.
my one spell, yeah. I think I just keep rally point.
Okay, I'm going. I'm about to pass out. I need to mow the lawn before that happens.
See ya.
Mow the lawn. Mow the lawn. Mow the lawn.
Change from plus 9 to hit to plus 11 to hit with my touch attacks.
Alright, I am going to stop recording.
I'm going to let you guys go.
Yep. Thank you all for coming out and seeing us be idiots, and
All two of you. One of which is going to be one of us again.
Alright. Bye-bye, viewers.